Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a new framework that really gets to the heart of one of travel's biggest challenges. How do you deliver that true, one-to-one personalization everyone wants without getting buried under a mountain of data liability? So here's how we'll break it down. First, we'll look at the broken promise of guest data that, let's be honest, every brand is grappling with. Then we'll introduce a totally new model called the HATPro profile. We'll see how it works in practice, and most importantly, we'll get into the business value. Finally, we'll look at why this isn't just some small upgrade, it's pretty much a requirement for the AI-driven future of travel. This quote from Doug Rice just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures a challenge every executive knows all too well. For decades, we've been talking about this dream of a truly personalized journey, but it's always been held back by this incredibly fractured data landscape. Your guest's information is literally everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. Okay, so let's break down what this fragmentation actually looks like on the ground, and more importantly, why it's such a huge roadblock for both innovation and just plain efficiency. Just think about your own customers for a second. Their preferences, their history, their needs, all of it is trapped in dozens, maybe even hundreds of different loyalty programs. We're talking airlines, hotels, car rentals, you name it. One industry leader I know counted over 250 programs they'd personally joined. It's this unmanageable web, and it means you never, ever get the full picture of who your guest really is. And because all that data is scattered to the winds, the profiles you do have are, frankly, pretty thin. They lack the most crucial ingredient, context. Sure, your CRM might know a guest prefers a king bed, but does it know that this time they're on a family vacation and not a solo business trip? Without that immediate context, your attempts at personalization fall flat, and you miss a massive opportunity to connect. Beyond the missed opportunities, there's a real cost here, a very significant one. Storing all this fragmented personal data, especially the sensitive stuff like health needs or dietary restrictions, it creates enormous compliance and cybersecurity risks. In fact, it's gotten so bad that risk managers at major hotel chains often block data sharing even between their own properties because the legal liabilities are just too high. The system is fundamentally broken. So, how do we fix this mess? Well, the solution requires a pretty fundamental shift in our thinking. We have to move away from these provider-owned data silos to a brand new traveler-centric data model. And this is it, HATPro, which stands for the Hospitality and Travel Profile. Now, what's absolutely crucial to understand is that this is not another database you have to build or manage. Think of it as a universal standard, like a common language. It's an open-source blueprint for a single master profile that the traveler themselves owns and controls. This really is a complete paradigm shift. We're moving from siloed, provider-owned data to a unified profile that the traveler owns. We go from having limited, static information to getting rich, context-aware insights. And maybe most importantly for the business, we shift from a model of high-risk data storage to low-risk, on-demand access. It's a total game changer. Okay, I know this might sound a bit complex, but the process itself is designed to be elegantly simple and incredibly secure. Let's just walk through exactly how it functions. All right, the process is as simple as it is secure. The traveler maintains their own detailed profile. Now, when they interact with you, let's say they're booking a dinner reservation, they grant your system temporary access to only the relevant data, like their dietary restrictions. Your system uses that rich, up-to-the-minute data to personalize their experience perfectly. And here's the magic. When the interaction is over, that access automatically expires. Poof! That sensitive data never has to live permanently on your servers, which just craters your liability. So, let's get down to it. What does all this mean for the bottom line? Because the impact here goes way beyond just creating a better guest experience. It delivers real, tangible value right across the entire organization. This framework directly drives business outcomes. For the guest experience, you can finally unlock true hyper-personalization at scale, delivering on that promise we've been making for years. Operationally, it slashes friction and costly manual errors because you're getting accurate data right from the source. And for the bottom line, it's proven to drive higher conversion and enables entirely new one-to-one offers that were simply impossible to execute before. And here's what might be the most compelling benefit for anyone in the C-suite: the dramatic reduction in risk. By minimizing the personal data you have to store, you massively shrink your cybersecurity attack surface. You radically simplified the insane burden of navigating complex regulations like GDPR. This is what privacy by design actually looks like in practice, built right into the architecture from the ground up. Now, if we look to the future, this kind of traveler-centric model isn't just important. It becomes absolutely essential if you have any kind of serious AI strategy. It's a totally fair question, and it's one we hear all the time, right? We have these incredibly powerful large language models. So why do we even need a structured schema like HATPro? Can't we just throw AI at the problem? Well, the reality is AI is only as good as the data you feed it. Garbage in, garbage out. Without structure, you get ambiguity. If a guest asks your AI for chips, does that mean French fries in London or potato crisps in New York? The HATPro schema provides that definitive answer. It gives AI the structure, the context, and the compliance guardrails it desperately needs to work reliably and to connect safely to all your existing legacy systems. So ultimately, adopting a traveler-centric data model isn't just some incremental upgrade, it is a fundamental architectural shift that you need to make to compete. The real question for every leader is the one right there on the screen. Is your strategy built for the future, or is it stuck in the past? Thank you for watching.